Hello, church. We are looking at 1 Corinthians chapter 2 today for our daily Bible reading. Word of the day is crucified. As Paul is working with and addressing this church here, he reminds them in the first two verses the essentialness of the crucifixion. He writes that as he's among them, he seeks to know nothing else except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Now we can glance over that very quickly. But to be crucified in the first century was a death penalty only for the most serious enemies of the state of Rome. It was a cruel, horrible, excruciating, painful death. Even the word excruciating is a word that was derived from crucifixion, right? That's where we get that word because of this means of death penalty. And to dissociate, to say that you only want to talk about or be grounded in this fact that your religion, your faith, your hope, your eternity, everything you do in life is based on the fact that somebody was crucified seems crazy to most first century people. But this essential thing is what's so important, right? This is what keeps the church to be humble instead of the arrogance and the boasting they have. That the fact that they are able to be saved by the fact that Christ had to die such a horrible death should deflate their elevated status that they believe they have themselves, that Paul's going to continue to address. And so I think we need to be constantly mindful of the fact that our salvation is grounded in not just the death, the painful, humiliating, extreme shame and penalty of death that Christ had to endure, so that we can be reconciled, so that we can be forgiven. Once again, this grounds us. It shows us how much God loves us, that He would endure this much for our benefit. It increases our gratefulness for our salvation and should help us with our devotion and our desire to love a God, to be surrendered to a God who did so much for us. So let's have the same mind of Christ. Let's be mindful to know nothing but Christ crucified, and let's proclaim that. And once again, He didn't stay crucified. He rose again, conquering sin and death. And so let's be mindful and be appreciative of this fact on a daily basis. All right, church, have a great day.